Most people are throwing their money away every single month. And here's the crazy part. They don't even realize it's happening. This isn't about big mistakes or obvious waste. It's about the small, everyday purchases that quietly drain your cash without making you blink twice. Today, I want to show you exactly what those things are. The stuff you need to stop buying right now if you want to keep more money in your pocket. Trust me, this isn't just another money tip. This could be the wake-up call your wallet has been waiting for. So stick with me, because once you see these hidden money leaks, you'll never spend the same way again. Let me break it down for you. If you ever wonder why your paycheck seems to disappear so fast, or why saving feels impossible, this is probably why. Think about your daily habits. How many times do you grab a coffee on the way to work, or subscribe to apps and services just in case? These small costs add up without you really noticing. It's like pouring water from a bucket with a tiny hole. Slow, but steady cash leaks. And if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most people who struggle with saving don't have a huge secret expense. They're spending on these little everyday things that feel harmless. But over weeks and months, they become a real problem. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think skipping one latte won't make a difference. But let me give you a simple example. Imagine you spend $5 every single day on coffee. Doesn't sound like much, right? But $5 a day turns into $150 a month. And after 1 year, that's $1,800. That's easily enough for a vacation, an emergency fund, or even starting an investment. What about those subscriptions? Maybe you signed up for a streaming service or a fitness app and forgot to cancel the free trial. Each might be $10 or $15 a month. Multiply that by 3 or 4, and suddenly you're losing $40 to $60 monthly on things you rarely use. And it's not just coffee or subscriptions. Think about the random impulse buys on apps or the extra snack runs. Each feels small, but combined, they're silently draining your bank account. So, what's the solution? First, you have to get real about what you're spending. Start by tracking every dollar for a week or two. No guessing allowed. Actually write it down or use an app. You'll be shocked how those small expenses pop up. Next, cancel every subscription you don't actively use. Seriously, if you haven't watched that show or used that app in the past month, cut it loose. Then, challenge yourself to cut back on those daily treats. Coffee, snacks, even those impulse buys. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Or can I wait? Think about cooking at home or brewing coffee yourself. It may seem small, but it adds up fast. The key here is consistency. Skip one coffee or one snack a day, and you're saving money continuously without feeling deprived. Remember, building real wealth isn't about making one big, flashy move. It's about taking control of the small stuff you do every day. When you stop buying the things that silently drain your money, you open the door to saving, investing, and growing real financial security. Now, I want you to think for a second. What's one small thing you can stop buying today that will make a difference in your budget? Make that decision now. Your future self will thank you. And if you want more practical, easy-to-apply tips to manage your money better, stick around and subscribe. I've got a lot more coming that will help you take control of your finances and build real wealth. Let's be real. If you're watching this right now, there's a good chance you felt like your paycheck just vanishes way too fast, right? You work hard all month, put in the hours, maybe pick up extra shifts or side gigs, but then, somehow, the money is gone before you even realize it. Sound familiar? You're not alone. This happens to a lot of people, and it's not because they're bad with money or don't earn enough. It's because of something much sneakier. Here's where most people get it wrong. They focus on big expenses like rent or car payments and ignore the little things that quietly chip away at their cash. These sneaky expenses are small, they seem harmless, and honestly, they barely register when you spend. But think about it like this. Imagine a tiny leak in a pipe. It's just a drop here and a drop there. You don't notice at first, but over weeks, months, and years, you end up losing gallons of water, and your money works the same way. Let me give you a simple example. Maybe you grab a $4 coffee every morning or spend $10 on a lunch out twice a week. To you, that's just a little treat, right? But if you add it all up, that's $60 a month on coffee alone, and another $80 on lunches. Now we're talking $140 on things that don't build your wealth, just spend it. Plus those subscriptions you signed up for, like streaming services, apps, or gym memberships that you barely use, those are quietly stealing your money every month. Do you have one or two of those forgotten subscriptions? If yes, that's money out the window that you could actually save or invest. So, if you want to keep more cash in your pocket for something bigger than these small pleasures, this is your very first step. It's about becoming aware of your spending, catching these little costs before they grow, and deciding which ones are really worth it. Ask yourself, is this purchase adding value to my life, or is it just filling a tiny hole in my day? When you start to answer honestly, you'll find plenty of places to cut back, and that's where the real wealth building begins. Think about this. Saving a few dollars here and there might not sound exciting, but over time, it creates a huge difference. Small amounts become bigger amounts, and bigger amounts create opportunity. Opportunity to save, invest, or enjoy without stress. So, what sneaky expense are you going to catch and stop today? Make that your first money win. Remember, the journey to wealth starts with controlling these small leaks. Stay with me, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Here's the deal. These everyday little things are the real culprits behind why your money disappears so fast. We're talking about daily coffee runs, those subscription services you signed up for but totally forgot about, and those impulse buys you make on apps or while scrolling online. They seem small, right? But together, they sneakily drain your wallet without you even noticing. Let me give you a simple example to make it clear. Imagine you spend $5 every single day on coffee. $5 doesn't sound like much when you're standing in line, does it? But multiply that by 30 days, and you're spending $150 a month, just on coffee. Now, think about an entire year. You ain't $800 gone. And that's almost enough for a plane ticket to a vacation spot or a big emergency fund. Crazy, right? Small costs pile up fast when you don't keep track. Now, what about those free trial subscriptions? You sign up because it's free, you forget to cancel, and before you know it, you're getting charged $10 or $15 every month. Seems like nothing, but if you have 3 or 4 of these running in the background, that's $40, $50, maybe even more disappearing from your bank account every single month. Could you have spent that on something better? Definitely. It's like leaking money. All these small charges add up. Plus, think about the little gadgets or clothes you buy just because you like them, or they were on sale. We all do it. Maybe it's a phone case you don't need, that trendy shirt, or a kitchen gadget that sits in the drawer. Each purchase by itself might seem harmless, but they pile up over weeks and months. They don't build your future. They just chip away at your cash slowly but surely. So here's the truth. Catching these small spends and cutting them out is one of the easiest and most powerful ways to start saving real money. Ask yourself, how many sneaky little purchases are driving your money away right now? Spot them, stop them, and watch how much cash you keep at the end of the month. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. So here's the strategy you need to start with: tracking your spending. And I don't mean guessing or trying to remember in your head. For 1 or 2 weeks, write down every single thing you spend money on. Every coffee, every snack, every little app purchase. You'll be shocked at what's actually leaving your account once you see it all laid out. It's like holding a mirror up to your money and realizing where those leaks really are. Next, take a good hard look at your subscriptions. You know, those services you signed up for but don't really use anymore. Maybe a streaming platform you rarely watch or a fitness app gathering dust on your phone. Cancel all the ones you don't actively use. Seriously, even if it's just $10 or $15 a month here and there, it adds up fast. This is money that should be working for you, not slipping away quietly. Then, it's time to cut back on those small daily purchases that feel harmless but are actually costing you. Think about your coffee habit. Can you skip just 1 coffee a day and brew your own at home? Or what about those random snacks and impulse buys you grab throughout the day? Those might seem small, but trust me, they pile up quickly and take a bigger bite out of your budget than you think. Try setting small challenges for yourself. Cook at home one extra night instead of ordering takeout, or carry your own snacks instead of buying junk food. These tiny changes might seem insignificant alone, but combined, they create a serious impact. Think about it like filling a jar drop by drop. It doesn't fill up right away, but with consistent effort, you end up with something solid and valuable. Remember, your money should work for you, not just disappear through tiny leaks in your daily spending habits. These small habits, once corrected, free up cash that you can save, invest, or use to build the financial future you deserve. So start tracking today, cancel those unused subscriptions, and challenge yourself to cut back on little treats. Your wallet and your future self will thank you. Look, here's the truth. Building real wealth isn't about sudden big wins or flashy windfalls. It's about something much more powerful: control. Control over every single dollar you spend, every choice you make with your money. When you master that control, even the smallest decisions start adding up to something big. Think about it like this. If you let tiny leaks burn through your cash every day, no matter how much you earn, you'll struggle to build savings or grow your investments. But when you stop buying those things that silently drain you, like that daily coffee, forgotten subscriptions, or random impulse buys, you're plugging those leaks. And suddenly, more money stays in your pocket. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you stop spending just $5 a day on coffee or snacks. That's $35 a week, $140 a month. Now, what if instead of wasting that money, you put it into a savings account or started a small investment? Over time, that adds up. Small changes lead to big results, but only if you take control of your spending first. So here's my question for you. What's one small thing you can stop buying starting today? Maybe it's skipping that daily latte, canceling a subscription you don't use, or saying no to impulsive online buys. It doesn't have to be huge, just one small shift. Try it and watch how it changes your money game over the next few months. Think about your future self for a second. They'll thank you for the control you're starting to take now. And if you want more practical, easy-to-follow tips on saving smarter and investing better, stick around for my next videos. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. This is just the beginning of your journey to real financial freedom.